anybody to stop us, because we'll already have you dead. Dead and buried.
What?
I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking into a hotel. I'll stroll no more outlaws in town, they ran their clan. I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking. Defending walls, swinging doors, western trolls, here we go. It's a drop, make us drop. One's dead, one's head, getting shot, missing not, they'll be red dogs of men. Laces, 10 paces, covered faces, taking places, watching fight, it's a duel by the horse, but of course I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking. By the time the day is done, you can find a dead someone. By the time the day is done, you can find a dead someone.
Special K breakfast.
Will it make me lose weight?
No.
Oh.
All around you hear the sound, gunshot, headshot, blown away by the way. I don't go no street, no smacking with I don't go no street, no smacking with a 3 years old. The moon fraction right here. 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 I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat go. 3 years old. The moon fraction right here. 3 years old. The moon fraction right here. I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes.
But yours and his,
What?
I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes. I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking into a hotel. I'll stroll no more outlaws in town, they ran their clan. I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking. Defending walls, swinging doors, western trolls, here we go. It's a drop, make us drop. One's dead, one's head, getting shot, missing not, they'll be red dogs of men. Laces, 10 paces, covered faces, taking places, watching fight, it's a duel by the horse, but of course I don't go no street, no smacking with a beat goes whacking and the sound I'm checking. By the time the day is done, you can find a dead someone. By the time the day is done, you can find a dead someone.
Special K breakfast.
Will it make me lose weight?
No.
Oh.
All around you hear the sound, gunshot, headshot, blown away by the way. I don't go no street, no smacking with I don't go no street, no smacking with a 3 years old. The moon fraction right here. 3 years old. The moon fraction right here. 3 years old. The moon fraction right here.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Fatman and little boy. He has a cozy nickname. Fatman. A big-bellied, far-flung uncle returned, stuffed with stories and laughter, lifting us up to touch whatever we demand. The bouncy ball sun in a blue cotton candy sky, birds in retreat, and in his mother, our grandmother's garden in Nagasaki, the last fruit, cradled among the highest, most dangerous leaves. Fruit with tough skins and colors as happy as his face, with juice that stung the tongue like venom. And when our touch falls short, he reminds us, reach, reach, don't worry, I've got you. But this other August fat fellow tumbles down like a fairy tale giant, pushed toward a puzzle piece earth, dragging flash and fire and crash behind him, and a cloud closer to where we hide.
Progress. Thing about progress is you really can't have any substantial progressive movement if there are obstacles or a wall in your way. And I think that once we get on the other side of that wall, whether we help each other climb over the top of the wall, or if we're just forced to smash through it, I think that we will be a better people collectively, and I think that we will be better people individually.
I was just like you. A fat, curly-top little baby. Blue eyes. That totally confused my family. Made my Uncle Bucks pretty sure I was blind. Did she see? I was just like you. When my big sister started kindergarten, my mom went back to work. So while Mom was working long shifts at the Piggy and Doll Clothes factory, and my dad was working at the family auto repair shop, I attended a little preschool known as Grandmommy's house. She lived right above Mr. Howard, the oil man. That's where I learned to read and how to talk to animals. I learned how to knit and crochet, how to play bid whist, and how to be quiet when Grandmommy's show came on, and colors and numbers. And it's where I first learned that I was special and deserving of love. I was just like you, spending Thanksgivings at Grandmommy's house, studying the details of how she would turn turkey drippings and a roux and giblets into gravy. and spending Christmases waking up early to open presents under a fresh, prickly, sparkling pine tree. And Easter mornings were for baskets. Pastel cellophane covered baskets. The cellophane obscured all these cute little things that tasted really funny, but we ate them anyway. Oh, Easter morning. For ignoring my mom's 2 black eyes and my own concussion. I was just like you. For my 10th birthday, I got a Cocker Spaniel puppy. Oh, Sparky was my joy, my playmate. Oh, he kissed me like I was candy. Look at him. Oh, Sparky had a bad habit. Oh, here we are. He had a bad habit of eating unattended people food. Like my dad's pastrami sandwich, the one that Sparky almost got killed over. I was just like you. Brave, smart, stubborn, and loving. So I put myself in between Sparky and my dad's shotgun. Freezing into darkness when I felt him press it into my skull. While my mom cowered in the corner, crying. And crying. But not me. Not even when saving her meant being picked up, thrown across the room, landing against the dresser, passing out. Sweet darkness to hold me, though. Sweet darkness would tell me that I was done, that I had done a good job, that everything was great. I had done great. I was just like you. I grew every time I did something great. I saved my mommy over and over again. I got all A's and B's in school. I never told anybody what was going on in our house. I did what I was told. I never understood why boys treated me the way they did. The one time I told, I got punished. I forgot who I was. I forgot who I was supposed to become. I was just like you.
Smoke. Your father says, jump. And you ask, how high? My father says, jump. And we jump, defying the laws of gravity, hover in midair, and ask, excuse me, but exactly how long should we hang here? He has a parlor trick when I'm still too young for school. He lights a cigarette and holds a lit match to his artist's hands. and waits while the flame crept closer and closer to his fingers for me, his daughter, to appear like a fat, fluffy rain cloud and save him with a single breath. I'm 2, I'm 3, I'm 4, and the summer before I turn 5, one day I just stand there seeking, watching the air marble around me. He realizes the same way that my infant wails change to childhood whispers, and my legs straighten to step, walk, and run. My old man sees my final eye open. Baby, what do you see? But I don't have the words for what I've imagined inside of the curlicues, the circles swallowing circles, the horseshoes, the ringlets, the whirlwind of 1,000,000 silken maidens and dragons winging on the air. I don't have the words yet. And I tell him, Daddy, there are stories hiding inside of the smoke.
Motherhood is the oldest profession, not prostitution. We blame mothers for all our defeats. Mothers are our shortfalls. They hold this blame, guilty or not. Fathers remain somehow in the shadows. The standard and margin of error with fathers is not equal to the accountability we hold for our mothers. It's not a competition, but it feels that way. And if it was, I wouldn't win any mothering awards. I feel shameful believing this to be true of my own mother. At any moment, we all just do the best we can. She survived and raised us, loves us best she could, wants us to have the world while she toils through it. Her mother did the same. She toiled through a broken marriage, a daughter dying of asphyxiation, my grandfather's perversions, and loss of memory. Being a mother alienates you like a pillar. You're instantly responsible to prop up, hold firm. It automatically puts you in a special class of people, where you become secondary to the structure you support. In the outside spaces, there's no way of being helped. You cannot prepare for the breaking away that happens. Becoming a mother is a death. The process of mothering while your children are young is like managing a chronic illness. You are never the same and require total overhaul of the way you relate and engage with the world. As an artist, this is a particularly painful process. You become split and no longer who you once were. As a young woman in college, I was autonomous, second class as a woman, but free to choose. My artistic practice was my lived experience and a deconstruction of those events. It was angst-filled, socially engaged. I was critical of capitalism, mainstream culture, and power structures that prey on women and children. My voice was subversive and uncensored, calling out a culture that looks away at sexual violence and abuse. After all, this is the value of a work of art, to challenge and call out what we see in need of repair. These attributes and the process of inquiry required to think about them is not a safe endeavor while attempting to parent. This is a dirty business, which leaks out and spills over like noxious gas. To ignore the creative practice through subjugating these concerns causes a slow and suffocating death. To cut off the creative supply completely would certainly kill me. There needs to be an exhaust vent. I need a synonym for sacrifice that does not carry with it the connotations of martyrdom. Motherhood is not holy or godlike. Artists who attempt to mother, do they serve their children well or just well enough? Can they be good mothers? Protect and foster resilient, emotionally stable children? It's awfully hard. It's hard work for anyone. But then again, maybe we're just too hard on mothers. Expect more from them than anyone else. I'm guilty of this, as I mentioned before. It's a shame to be pulled into this mass cultural phenomenon that expects more from women while not supplying her with the same incentives. I yell. I yell a lot.
In the beginning, God created ether, air, fire, water, and earth. The elements moved in harmony for millennia, for they knew the order in which they were birthed. Until one day, earth tricked fire into helping him turn into metal, throwing off the balance. Fire was bent on this. Water became distant. Air became sick. Ether called a meeting of the elements, where they all expressed their frustrations. Lightning rumbled. Hurricanes offered apologies as they argued. In their disdain, the elements felt it necessary to part. All the elements, except